ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. Mandram 10, Suktam 13. Rishi Vivaswan Aditya Devata Havirdhane Chandas Trushtub Jagati Yujevam Brahma Purvyam 10.13.1. O oblation receptacles, I unite you to two earlier Vedic hymns with salutations. May your glorious praises approach like the path of a learned scholar. May all sons of that immortal one who are seated in their shining homes hear this praise. The Suktam talks about two receptacles, say the space and earth, for holding Soma, flowing essence of Atma. One meant for shining beings and the other one for ordinary mortals. May shining beings or enlightened souls hear this hymn. This is the comment on that. 13.2. Yame iva yatamane yadaidam. O oblation receptacles, men desiring shining beings maintain you when making effort to go for upholding oblations. Like two female charioteers, knowing your own place, please be seated and become the seat of our shining Soma. Comment: may the receptacles be ready to receive the flowing essence of Atma of the performers of this knowledge sacrifice. Panchapadani Rupo Anvaroham 13.3. I ascend the 5 steps of the destroyer methodically. I attain the fourfold step one after another with appropriate vows. By the imperishable Om, I imitate this. Besides, I purify it in the name of nature or Prakriti. The 5 steps could be Panchabhutas or body, prana, sense organs, the mind and intellect. The fourfold step could mean gross body, subtle body, causal body and Atma, represented by the 4 padas of Om. Reference Mandukya Upanishad. Origin of Ruta is Satya. Om represents Ruta and symbolizes Satya. Devebhya Kamabhranitam Mrityum 13.4. The creator of the universe chooses immortality and bliss for shining beings or for enlightened souls. For other subjects, ordinary mortals, he chooses death and not bliss. Sacrificers execute sacrifice to sage Prajapati, master of all subjects. Yama may leave behind our body, our dear body. The 4 points stated in this srut need no explanation. 13.5, last srut in the sutta. Saptaksharandi Shishave Marutvate. For the child of the flashing father, 7 streams flow. Sons too eagerly approach Rita. The 2 receptacles are the lords of those 2. Both of them take pains in doing their job. They nourish both ordinary mortals and shining beings or enlightened souls. meaning or comment on this rig. For Atmiya Soma or flowing essence of Atma, 7 streams are 5 sense organs, the mind and Ahambhava. They flow, or the other alternative is Vedic hymns in 7 chandases flow. Drops of spiritual Soma flow for manifesting objects of the universe. The 2 receptacles of Soma, Atmiya Soma, nourish shining beings and ordinary mortals in different ways. One may hold spiritual Soma and the other may stand for subtle Soma. The 7 streams could also be the 5 basic elements and the 2 rays of Indra, which bestow existence and consciousness on living forms. We go to the next suktam, 14. Rishi, Yama, Vaivasvata, Devata, Indra, Yama, Pitara, Shvanau, Chandas, Trushtub, Anushtub, Brihadi. Parevamsam Pravado Mahiranau 10.14.1. O inner self, you serve with oblations Yama, that shining Purusha, one of the twin born, son of the flashing one, Atma. He moves creatures which are dead from a height towards the earth according to the fruits of their actions. He introduces methodically paths for many, and he is the meeting place of all born beings. Comment. Inner self or the soul of all born beings is non-different from Purusha, who is thought of as born from the birthless Brahman. The other twin is Prakriti. This is brought out here. This firstborn is said to be Yama, and this Suktam, as stated explicitly in the next book. Yamo no gadum prathamo viveda. The firstborn or the most excellent Yama knows well our unimpeded motion. His protection coming from the spiritual light rays is not removable by anyone. Where our forefathers went off or along by this path, all born beings move, each one according to its own way. All born beings, implied meaning, all born beings originate from Purusha, born out of ignorance of Atma and end up there. This rig, in fact many rigs in this sukta, deal with birth, death, rebirth, etc. Each born being appear and disappear in its own way. This path is known as the southern path. Madali Kavyair Yamo Angirohir Brihaspadir 10.14.3. Matali, which means vanished mother, grows with oblation of food given to ancestors. Yama grows with men who are shining like burning charcoal, and Brihaspati by or with Vedic hymns. Shining beings make grow the movers, who are human beings, and in turn human beings make resplendent beings grow. Among them, some delight in sacrificial oblations and some others who are non-sacrificers in food oblations given to ancestors, pindas. Matali, departed soul of the mother, is thought of as being nourished by oblation of food given once a year, pinda, Rest of the ruk may not need any explanation. Imam Yama Prastaramahi 14.4. O shining Yama, with men who are shining like burning charcoal, and with our forefathers, knowing them thoroughly, please be seated in this spread out grass seat. May the mantras or invocations which are pronounced by wise men carry you here. Please delight yourself with this oblation. This is an invitation to Yama to attend this knowledge sacrifice and listen to this hymn. Angiro Bhiragahi Yetniyebhir Yama 10.14.5. O Yama, please come here with sacrifice-worthy beings having diverse forms and are shining like burning charcoal. You delight yourself. In this sacrifice, I invoke the flashing one, who is your father or protector. Sitting on the spread out grass, may he delight himself. Protector of Yama is Purusha. The inner self is Atma. Angiraso na Pitaro Navagva 10.14.6. Our forefathers, who are shining like burning charcoal and who brought out fire to mankind for the first time, going by 9 became worthy of drinking Atmiya Soma. May we be in the favor of those sacrifice-worthy persons and also in their excellent benevolence. Worthy of drinking Soma implies enlightened souls who are 9 in number, Navagva, as perhaps, or fire sacrifice or knowledge sacrifice going on for 9 months. This is the great knowledge sacrifice on Prapancha Srishti of 7 Angirases, which was going on for 9 months, described in Suktam 10.61. Prehi prehi pathibhi purvebhir yatra 10.14.7. O leader of men, where our ancient forefathers went along, by those earlier trodden paths you go to the same place and go quickly. Delighting with your own inherent spiritual power, you perceive both Yama and resplendent Varuna. Following the path set by ancient sages, one can attain the abode of Atma and perceive or realize the identity of Purusha and Varuna by one's own intellectual powers. This is the gist of the Ruk. Samgachasva Pitrubhe Sam 10.14.8. O leader of men, you come together with your protections in the space of the Supreme Being, with self-control and with stored up fruits of sacrificial rites. Then, destroying all disgraceful instincts, you come to the home of the Supreme Being and come together with glorious body. Disgraceful instincts refers to belief in birth, birth cycle. When one attains the abode of Atma, he realizes the birthless permanent state. This is the implied meaning of the Ruk. 10.14.9. O leader of men, go away from here. Disappear from here. Disappear from here. Forefathers or protectors have made this world for him, Yama. Yama is evident by day and by night with eating. Yama gives him mortal you. The resting him means the mortal you, the resting place. Yama's home is prepared by enlightened sages and an ordinary mortal has no entry to it. Yama assigns a resting place for each man. Here Yama means personified time. (14.10) is the next track. Adidrava Sarameyau Shwanau, O leader of men, by passing the two four-eyed sons of the fleet-footed one, who are variegated and are like two dogs or winds, by secure paths you move. Moreover, they who drinking together with Yama delight themselves approach the benevolent protectors. If one manages to arrive at Yama's abode by passing the guardians of the path to it and drink the flowing essence of Atma with Yama, then he becomes near to those enlightened sages. Two guardians or protectors of Atma are Indra and Agni, capable of perceiving objects in all the four directions. This is the implied meaning here. Yaude Shwanau Yama Rakshidaro. 14.11. O shining Yama, please bestow this one to those two dogs who are your protectors, who are guardians of the path, are four-eyed and are looking after men. Then give him prosperity and good health. Here, the seer of the Suktam is requesting Yama to entrust such a person to the guardians of the path leading to the abode of Atma. Maybe Indra and Agni could be the watchers mentioned in 10.10.8, or guardians of Varuna's abode mentioned in 7.55. Suktam 7.55. 14.12. Urunasa Vasutruva Udumbalau Yamasya Two messengers of Yama who are broad-nosed, who profit by another's life and who are of widely reaching powers, follow the born beings. May these two give us here and now excellent breath of life for seeing the sun. This gives a description of the imaginary guardians of Yama, Indra and Agni. Yamaya Somam Sunuta, Yamaya Juhuta Havi. 14.13. O sacrificers, extract Atmiya Soma for Yama, offer oblations to him. Properly prepared sacrifice having Agni as messenger goes to Yama. Yamaya Kritavad 10.14.14. O sacrificers, offer oblations smeared with ghee for Yama and make him sit here firmly. May he extend long life to us for living among shining beings. Yamaya Madhumattamam 10.14.15. O sacrificers, offer the most exhilarating oblation to King Yama. May this praise or salutation be to sages born earlier, who are ancient and who are preparers of right path, or right path setters, path to truth, which is known as the northern path. Trigadrugebhi patati 10.14.16. With threefold reddish brown Soma vessels, Yama governs 6 vast worlds and the great world which is one only. Chandasas, Trishtu, Gayatri and all the rest are placed in Yama. Threefold vessels of Soma are causal, subtle and gross. 6 worlds are Bhu, Bhuva, Sva, Maha, Jana, Tapa. The great one only world is Satya. All these come from Yama and end up in him. Indeed, this suktam is to be classified under misconstrued suktas of Rigveda. The next 5 suktas are from Yamayanas. Suktam 15, Rishi, Shankha, Yamayana, Devada Pidara, Chandas, Trishtuk Jagati. In this suktam, protectors could be imaginary shining beings, ancient wise sages or departed forefathers. Many of the rigs are self-explanatory. Yamayana means whose place of refuge is Yama. Udiradamavara Utparasa 10.15.1. Inferior protectors of forefathers. Inferior protectors means forefathers may rise up. So also the superior or mediocre ones. These offerers of Soma who are inoffensive and knowers of Vrita and who spread life breath, all such protectors may protect us in our sacrifices. Idam Pidurubhyo Namo Astavadya. Astavadya. 10.15.2. May this reverential tribute go to protectors or forefathers who approached us much earlier or who approach us later, who are seated in the sky or on the earth, or those seated among subjects in well-fortified enclosures. Well-fortified enclosure implies abode of Atma, say heart space of human beings. Agni and Jivatma are objects residing in the heart space along with Atma. Aham Vidrin Suvidatra Avitsi Napatam 10.15.3. I honor benevolent protectors or forefathers, also the path of Vishnu and his strides. May they who are seated in the sky and are coming here to this sacrifice by their own inherent power partake the extracted juice and food. Vishnu is supposed to pervade the 3 worlds Bhu, Bhuva, Swa, earth, atmosphere and the space. Barhishada, Pitara, Udya. 15.4. O protectors or forefathers, may you be seated in the sky or place of sacrifice, but your protections protect men on the lower side or below. These oblations are prepared for you. May you enjoy them. Please come with peaceful protections and give us sinless happiness and welfare. Protections of protectors who are seated in the sky protect men living below on the earth. This is the implied meaning. Upahuta Pitara Somya So 10.15.5. O protectors of our fathers, you are acceptors of Atmiya Soma, are being invoked in these sacrificial places among favorite treasures or oblations. May they come here and listen to this hymn. May they speak in favor of it and protect us. Achyayanu Dakshinato Nishadhyemam 15.6. O protectors, O forefathers, coming to the ground, may you all, bending your knees and sitting on the right side of the dais, accept propitiously this sacrificial oblation. If any offense has been committed against you, it is only due to human error. Do not hurt us on that count. Asinaso Aruninamuvaste 15.7. O protectors of forefathers, placing yourselves near the tawny flames of Agni and being seated, may you give wealth to an oblations offering mortal. Please procure all kinds of wealth for his sons. Give us vigor here, please. Yena Purve Pidara Somya so 15.8. Most excellent offerers of Atmiya Soma, who were our ancient forefathers and conceived of that Soma essence methodically, desiring welfare of all, delighting in our oblations together with them, who are also desirers of welfare of all, may Yama consume these oblations according to his desire. Ye Tatrishur Devatra Jehamana 10.15.9. O Agni, with those sitting in the warmth of the fire along with benevolent, truthful and wise protectors or forefathers, please come in front of us, as well as with them who are moving among shining beings, are knowers of sacrifice, are fashioners of hymns with praises, and who thirst for knowledge or food. Comment. Those sitting in the warmth of fire could be the sacrificers. All enlightened souls present in the sacrifice, in the knowledge sacrifice, fall under this category. No further explanation may be necessary on this circle. E Satyaso Havirado Havishpa 15.10. O Agni, along with 1,000 such earlier and later protectors who are to be praised by enlightened souls and who are upholders of chariots, together with Indra and other shining beings, who are truthful, are eaters of oblations, and are drinkers of oblations, you please come here with those sitting in the warmth of fire. Upholders of chariots could mean presiding deities of the different limbs of the human body, the sun, moon, Maruts, etc. Agnishvata Pitara Eha Gachata 10.15.11. O fire seasoned or fire spiced forefathers or protectors, please come here now. O well led forward souls, please be seated on your respective seats. Then you eat these oblations offered with effort over the spread out grass. Then give us wealth consisting of heroes. Fire seasoned could mean those who are activated by Agni or those whose bodies have been burned by funeral fire. Tomagna Idido Jatavedo 10.15.12. O knower of all born beings, soul of Agni, being invoked by me, please carry these oblations and making them fragrant, give them for our protectors or forefathers. May they eat on their own. O resplendent Agni, you please eat oblations which are procured with great effort. Ye che havitaro ye cha neha. O knower of all born beings, Agni, you know those protectors or forefathers who are here and who are not here, whom we know and whom we do not know. All of them who are moving about, may you enjoy the sacrificial oblation, which is well prepared with food. Agni knows all moving inert forms, as energy for their motion comes from him only. A last book. Ye Agni Ye Agni Lagdha Ye Agni Lagdha. Those who are burned, 15.4. Those who are burned by fire, and they who are not burned by the fire, both types of protectors or forefathers delight themselves with oblations of food. O self-luminous Agni, you prepare for them appropriate bodies fit for world of spirits as desired by you. Protectors whose bodies are burned by Agni are departed forefathers. Others are shining beings or shining protectors. Next, Suktam 16. Damana Yamayana Devada Agni Chandas Brihadi Trushtup Anushtup. Overall meaning of most of the rugs may not need much clarification. None of them seems to have any symbolic meaning. Mainamagne Vidaho Mavi Shocho 10.16.1. O knower of all born beings, spiritual Agni, please do not burn this body nor torment it. Do not cast away its skin nor the body. May you make it thoroughly cooked, then give up this body for deceased ancestors. Sritam yada karasi jata vedo 16.2. O knower of all born beings, spiritual Agni, when you make it thoroughly cooked, then you give this body for deceased ancestors. When these go to the world of the spirit or the spiritual world, then they become the domain of shining beings. Suryam Jakshut Gachadu 10.16.3. O body, may your eye go to the sun. Your soul or pranas, may they go to air. According to the merits of your actions, whether you go to the space or to earth or to the water or the atmosphere, there you get placed. With your limbs of the body, you station yourself among the plants. A dead body becomes manure for plants, and the plants produce food for living creatures, thus closing the food cycle. The eye merges with the sun, pranas with vayu, etc. Reference Suktam 10.90, Purusha Suktam. (10.16.4) Aju bhagas tapasa tam tapasva. O knower of all born beings, spiritual Agni, you are the unborn part. With your heat you destroy the body. May your flame destroy the body. With your bodies, which are auspicious, you may carry this body to the world of performers of good deeds. Agni, implied meaning, Agni or energy is never born or destroyed. Energy is conserved. Soul of Agni is therefore unborn. 16.5 Avasruja Punaragni Pitrubhyo Yasta 10.16.5 O knower of all born beings, spiritual Agni, that body offered to you, which moves with oblations and water, please surrender that again for deceased ancestors. This soul, wearing or carrying essence of life, enfolds that which remains and comes together with the body. The unborn soul is assumed to move from one body to another. This point is implied in the rule. 16.6 Yatte Krishna Shakuna Atutoda. O body, whichever limb the blackbird bruise or ant or snake or dog, etc., all such extraordinary limbs may Agni make free from affliction. What enters knowers or seekers of Brahman, may Agni Soma do the same. What afflicted seekers of truth was ignorance, Soma, flowing essence of Atma, may free them from this affliction. Agner Varma Parigobhir Vyayasva 16.7 O body, throw yourself around Agni's envelope of or with rays of light, and his cover of or with corpulent fat, and his cover of corpulent fat. Then the fire Agni, who is brave and who delights himself, scorching strongly, may not stir you up all around. Imam Agni Ramasamma Vidi Jihvara 10.16.8 O Atmiya Agni, please do not overthrow the Soma vessel, which is the favorite of shining beings and offerers of Soma. This vessel of Soma is meant for shining beings for drinking. Immortal shining beings delight themselves in this Atmiya Soma vessel. Soma vessel stands for the container of flowing essence of Atma, which is the heart space of human beings. Kravyadamaknim Prahinomi Duram 16.9 I drive away Agni who is eating raw flesh. May this conveyor of impurity go to Yama's kingdom. May this other Agni, knower of all born beings and perceiver of all, say Vaishwanara Agni, carry oblation for shining beings here itself. 10.16.9 and 10, the comments is, these ruks talk about physical Agni fire and spiritual or soul of Agni, who resides with Atma within the heart space. 16.10 Yo Agni Kravyat Pravivesha Bo Grihamim, which raw flesh-eating Agni has entered your home, observing the other knower of all born beings, Agni Atma. I drive away the former shining one for performing sacrifice for forefathers. Sitting in the supreme abode, may he give back his heat. 16.11 Yo Agni Kravyavahana Agni, who is conveyor of raw flesh and is strengthener of Vruta, honor deceased ancestors only. He delivers oblations for deceased ancestors and for shining beings. We go to the next truth, 10.16.12. Ush, Ushandastva Ni Dhimahe. O Agni, O resplendent Agni, could be sacrificial fire. Desiring you, we lay you down. Desiring you will be kindle you well. Desiring you, may you carry our deceased ancestors who are desirous of coming here for eating these oblations. Yam Tvamagne 10.16.13. O grass Agni, whichever place you scorch, you scatter the seed here. May a pond with some water come up there. May a plant having various branches grow up there. Shitike, Shitikavati, Hradikavati. 16.14. O pond, you are cool, rich in coldness, gladdening, rich in gladness, and a good meeting place of frogs. May you delight this grass Agni. The last three ruks together, the comment is Agni, energy, air, water, earth, and living organisms like plants and frogs together constitute an ecological cycle or biosphere. Agni and the birth cycle are being talked about in this sutta. We close today's session here. Viramastavat.